morning, everyone. This is nice. I think I'm eventually going to step out. If you can't hear me, then I might come back up here to my stationary spot. But my name is Aaron Kelton. I'm the president of Little Rock Toastmasters, Club 1140, and the Area A1 Governor. And this presentation I'm about to show you, I want to take about 30 minutes to cover 3 different areas. Leave about 10 minutes for question and answer session. How many of you, let's see, I'm going to try to step away. Can you still hear me? Otherwise, I might force you all right here. Was anybody a Toastmaster in the 20th century? Some 20th century Toastmasters, okay? Do you remember before email? Could you imagine running a club without email? How about cell phones? I'm sure you had landlines in your home, maybe, hopefully. But there's so many good tools that we have today besides just email and cell phones. And still, some of us have some trouble managing email. How many of you have an inbox where you have like 37,000 unread messages? Or are you meticulous about always having an empty inbox and either acting on something, deleting it, or moving it away? That's kind of a tangent, but let's gear up for how we can be the 21st century. Well, like I said, this is a smorgasbord with 3 main points. So we'll reprogram for Y2K. Here's 2012. Let's back up. Anybody remember Y2K? I got my first computer. My parents did after I begged them enough in 2000. I was a sophomore in high school, and it was right after Y2K. But the first thing I'd like to talk about is web presence. That is being observable, I guess, on the internet. When people type in Little Rock Toastmasters, or they go to the Toastmasters International website, we're going to look at what our clubs have open. And another thing I'd like to talk about is management by measurement. And there's a quote that goes along with that. North Carolina State University in 2006 started the first program of its kind with a master's degree in analytics. Data acquisition, data management is going to be a very important thing. It already is, and in the years to come. And we can actually glean some of this, I wouldn't say the technology, but the methodology behind what some of these big companies like IBM do to better manage our clubs. What was it, 2006? Anyways, it was a few years ago. The new CL manual came out. But I'm going to propose a new CL manual that I think will help us get more accomplishments in that area for our distinguished clubs. And it'll help us set the agendas better and schedule and hopefully forecast, so that when someone says, are you going to be President's Distinguished 12 months from now, you can say with a higher degree of confidence that you are. I minored in German in college, and this is the one thing that stuck with me. I haven't used it, so I forgot about it. But it's Die Kunde ist der König, and it means the customer is king. So before we get into all the other stuff, let's take a 50,000-foot approach and look at the big picture. What is the goal? Anybody ever read Eli Goldratt's The Goal? No? Okay. What do you think the goal of, I'd say, your club, or as an officer, the big goal? What's the big picture? Anyone take a stab at it? Yeah. One more.
Ours is to provide a venue where our team members can grow as leaders.
Yeah, okay. Anyone else? Any goals? What's the big thing? In my mind, these are all, I think, what y'all have offered is a means to an end. And in my opinion, the ultimate end that we want to get to is being distinguished. I was talking to James Mahan, former district governor, and he said that whenever he was district governor, he didn't worry about all the people clubs. Like, all he worried about was clubs being distinguished, areas being distinguished. And once you just worry about that, everything trickles back up to the top. It takes care of itself. And so by being distinguished, we can accomplish the goals that you have in your mind and that everybody else has in their mind as well. I like to think of our members as children. And you don't want to give them what they want, you want to give them what they need. Otherwise, they're drinking chocolate milk, eating Cheetos, and Pop-Tarts for dinner every night. And they're not going to have any of the broccoli, the nice chicken breast, or whatever that you need to prepare for your children, right? So I think from an elevated point of view that we can be like parents for our members. Otherwise, when you let them do what they want, you remember the 80s? That happened. I was born in that time period. It's really embarrassing. So I'm not going to stay on the slide too long. My first message to you is go online, go home. And the first question is, are you current? Have you ever been to Toastmasters.org, find a club, type in your zip code, default is a 10-mile radius, and seen what you have on there? And maybe tested it. Have you called the phone number that's listed there? Is it in service? Do you know whose it is? Here's the link you can go to if you want the slides after this presentation. I can give these to you. But there's also an experiment I did. Has anybody ever heard of Greg Heidinger? Hi, I'm Greg Heidinger. You have been the result of an experiment, at least some of you. When I did the search, it was only a 10-mile radius, so some clubs were left off. However, I have the results of the finding, and what I actually did. Print off 30 copies. We should have. Might take one, pass it down. I'll get Joe over here. I contacted everybody. Email. I said, I want to come visit your club. And I got some good responses, and I didn't get any bad responses. Nobody was like, don't come visit us. But some responses I didn't get for a variety of reasons. So enough. You know, this is a classic presenter mistake, is not keeping one for yourself. Family. Thank you so much. I know Pam, whenever I just met you, I talked to her. Okay. And I have all the emails right here. So what did I do? Contacted everyone, and I basically comprised a list of these clubs and made some suggestions, right? And hopefully you don't mind being transparent. I think we should all be out in the open and put our heads together to see how we can tackle some problems. See, there's a club, the contact that got back to me, or that was listed. For example, in the response column, you see that I didn't get a response. The reason for like Northside and St. Vincent Club is that I got what do you call these? Email demons. They come and they attack your soul through email. No, it's whenever you send an email and the email doesn't exist. You instantly get feedback, okay? And so those are demons. So if one of these is your clubs, go online, change that contact. What else? James Mahan. Why is he red and the others aren't? Because he did get the email, whereas the email does exist, but he never got back to me. So, the former district governor, and as a result, Greg Heidinger is not a member of Advanced Toastmasters. And so you can look at delays and things that we want to measure in terms of response time. I think 24 hours is a good time period. There's some extra stuff like the missing attached membership application. So, and you can see the bottom if-then statement. If you have something there, then take some action. Okay, so and if y'all have any questions in the meantime, while I'm doing this, don't hesitate to interrupt me. So that's Toastmasters International. What about for your clubs? Don't let this distract you. Okay, we're moving on. We must move on. Okay. Employ Free Toast Host 2.0. I think also in this little matrix graph thing, you can see who has websites and who doesn't. Okay? The cool thing about Free Toast Host is that it's free. All right? If you want your own custom domain, you can go to GoDaddy.com. You can get them pretty cheap. I think it's under $10 a year. You know, it's like giraffes, Toastmasters, or whatever.com. Something that isn't taken. Otherwise, you can have your club number done. Toastmastersclubs.org or something like that. But here's the website you want to go to start club website. two, if it is, one, that it's not a broken link, and two, that it ultimately will go to your website and they can see meeting directions beyond what Toastmasters International provides. As an example, this is littlerocktoastmasters.org, lrtm.org. I think we use this extensively. We used to do email to set up our agendas, get people to confirm roles, but we use the tools that Bo Bennett, Toastmasters International, DTM, has provided, and it's a great tool. I think last year, because of this website, we had 19 new members. Pretty ridiculous when you look at the report. 4 in the first column for the first club achievement, and then 15 in the other one. So web presence, I think, is very important. It makes you look professional, it makes you look like you're taking care of business. People want to be a part of that. Finally, this is kind of optional, but it's kind of cool as well. Let's develop a social media plan. Right now, I'm recording myself. You might see a little red light over there. We record our videos, or our speeches, evaluations, different roles, chop them up using free software, Windows Movie Maker, and then we upload them to YouTube. But it doesn't stop there. After we upload to YouTube, and our handle is LittleRockToast2, it automatically tweets to Twitter. So we don't have to have people just subscribe to YouTube. They can be a tweeter and also get our updates from the videos that we post. And then finally, the tweets get posted to Facebook. And Facebook is the last link. And why is that? It's because most people are on Facebook. And they use it in their personal lives. I've seen Twitter a lot for business mostly. And beyond just uploading videos, we can go in and tweet our Vice President membership, Will Atkins. Sometimes he'll do that. Go in and talk about somebody's achievement, somebody gets an icebreaker. But ultimately, everybody who likes our Facebook page is getting an update on their newsfeed when they go to facebook.com. And the beauty of having Free Toast Host 2.0 is that we have a standard email address, admin@lrtm.org. I don't have to have individual emails for all of these, so whenever a webmaster or president changes, whoever's managing these, I don't have to go in and change all of those or keep up with passwords. I just manage one website, lrtm.org. You can do the same for your